Dylan, we are back.
We're back.
And what do we got in the bay?
Something a little different.
Definitely something we haven't had.
No.
That's for sure.
I definitely haven't. We got a 21 Hyundai Kona. No. Veloster N.
Veloster N. Now there's
there's
two versions of these, right?
Yep.
This is the coupe, and then they have the 4-door like sedan.
Yeah. Well, I guess this is like a hatch, right? So.
Yep. Coupe hatch.
Whatever you want to call it. It's got 3 doors, so it's weird. But yeah, so the big thing with this is by the book, they want you to drop the motor to get the turbo out. From what we're seeing online, you can take some stuff off the back here and kind of sneak the turbo out from the top.
All right.
So that's definitely what we're going to try to do. Looks like you may have to lower the motor mounts just a bit to sneak it out of there, but I mean, look, we're used to working on Audis, and this shouldn't be too big of an issue. Now, I may kick myself on that later.
All right.
But hopefully that's not the case.
Should we unbox and see what we got?
Oh, we got a lot.
Let's do it.
And now a word from our sponsor.
Go ahead.
A word from our sponsors. We have Maurice's famous pickles.
Habanero.
What are they?
Habanero pickles.
What are they? I don't know.
Where can we purchase them?
Where can you purchase them, Dad?
From Moe's Pickles House.
Moe's Pickles
go.
House.
Stratford, Connecticut.
That's
Yeah,
it.
give them a taste.
Homemade pickles.
Open it up real quick.
Give them a taste.
Give them a
Can you
taste.
smell that through the camera? Mm-hmm.
If the YouTubers want to try my dad's pickles, go to Moe's Pickles House.
All right, Dylan. We have our new unboxing table here. Since we have no tables left.
Ran out of tables because Omar decided he doesn't want to go upstairs, so he got a table down here.
Yeah.
Nick has a bunch of random stuff from a car he's working on 3 weeks ago on another table.
Yeah.
Justin's going to work on that car next year,
Yeah.
and I'm going to use that table to work on. So we got our little guy over here.
And what do we got?
We got new high-pressure fuel pump,
Okay.
coil packs. I guess, I don't know if you called it mid-pipe on this, or like
Flex pipe.
Yeah, flex pipe, down pipe, turbo blanket, turbo, wastegate, O2 spacers, what's this? Clamps for this intercooler
Sweet.
with the piping kit.
That's really nice.
And then I think that's the other side of the piping kit there.
Ooh, Sparkies, huh?
New sparkies, new gaskets, and blow-off valve.
Cool. And now, what kind of turbo is this? And is this like one of the only options, I guess, for this platform? Or?
I really don't know, honestly. I mean, this guy did a lot of his own research.
Yeah. Yeah, this was all customer supplied.
Right. So we're just kind of
which is
going with
sweet.
it. We're gonna see what it does. I mean, like we said, we don't really do these cars a lot. They are starting to become more popular when they came out with the N line.
Yep.
Because they do have a lot of cool features, like
They do.
And I do know that one of my old customers was saying that Hyundai, like, their warranty is always their biggest thing, but people worry about like going to the track and beating on it. But they actually encourage you, if you have an N, to go to the track. If it breaks at the track, they don't care. They're not going to avoid it.
Oh, sweet.
So you can really, it's pretty cool. I mean, I see why they're getting more popular.
Yep.
Like I said, 10-year, 100,000 warranty, you can't beat it. Like,
Well,
they're getting a lot more popular.
let's
for
get
a
to the
reason.
teardown.
Yeah, man, let's get into it.
Do it.
Something to talk about.
All right,
Talking
Dylan.
about now.
All right, Dylan. So,
Yeah.
you think we're gonna be able to pull it out from the top, or what are you thinking here?
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but we're going to do it.
There's our turbo.
Yeah. I think, worst case, I'm going to take this guy, loosen it up. I already took the dog bone out the bottom.
Yep.
So,
So that you have a little
kind of
wiggle room.
give it a little droop. A little droop action.
Right.
It'll be like Peter from Family Guy when he has a stroke and he goes. Feel like the motor will do that. Then we'll get the turbo right out.
Cool.
But yeah, there's a lot of heat shields that like you can't even really see the bolts, so I'm just kind of sticking my arm in there and winging it, getting them all off.
Now you think like what you were talking about before, they would have made it a little easier for you, like being able to remove this, you know?
Yeah, so Audis use, like, say like the B8 S5, right?
Yep.
Or S4, I think they both do it. Most of them have it. This portion here will split, right? So it's sealed, but it's split, so you can undo, like, it's like 3 nuts.
Right.
And then you can slide the whole thing out, and you can access everything super easy. They didn't do it on this. I think they, you know, it's all dependent on how it's designed to be worked on. This car is designed for you to just drop everything out. But
We're not doing that.
we're not doing that.
No.
Brand new car. Not brand new, but we don't need to
We don't need to drop
no
the
need to
motor.
disturb more things than necessary. So we're gonna sneak it out.
Thanks, Dylan.
We'll be right back.
We are back.
We're back.
Dylan, what do we got going on? Long teardown day, huh?
Yeah, I made the decision after barely being able to get the turbo off the studs with the amount of room I have to separate the cold side from the hot side. So I've taken our V-band clamp off here, disconnected our wastegate rod. So now I can separate cold side. Just to be very careful with it here. Hopefully it sneaks out, doesn't make me look stupid. There's that one. Now
here's a question for you. How are you gonna get it back in, the new one?
so we'll get there. Hold on. We'll get there.
Okay.
We'll get there. First, let's see if this one comes out. Because this is really the bigger end of it. She's wedged in there. Yeah, we're going to need more room.
That's fun, huh?
Wait. Our broken stud might... No. Yeah, we're going to need more room. And don't forget this guy either. It goes in between. We'll find it later. No, we can do one. Maybe we can go this way. We can go forward?
Ah.
No. Ah!
Just keep twisting. Yes,
Twist
sir.
and shout.
Yes, sir.
I don't want to ding that up. Okay. So, now, we come over to our new turbo with...
Old one's out.
This. And you kind of can't put this in the wrong way, but this will make it a little bit easier when we go in, is before I take this apart, I'm just going to mark the housings. So we'll go to this flat spot here, and we'll go to here. And what makes it super easy is these are V-band housings. So you can kind of pop it on and then just rotate it. And then I'm also going to mark this flange here, because I know it clears everything in this position. So we'll just go ahead and mark that. And then we'll be good to go. So what we'll do is the same thing. We'll separate it and reassemble it when it's on the car. It just beats fighting it. I mean, you felt this thing before. It's heavy.
It's very heavy.
It's just
very heavy.
I'm not blowing my back out for one bolt.
Right.
Take it off, separate
Split
it,
it.
and,
Yep.
just split it that way.
Cool.
Yeah, man. So let's go back over here and take a look.
He's not blowing his back out.
He ain't blowing any backs out.
So to get this out, where we didn't see so far, obviously we have our downpipe out.
Yep.
Which was a snake to get out.
Well, at least we got a skinnier one going back in.
Yeah, so that's
that's a
gonna help us
plus.
out a little bit. So that's gonna be easier to get back in. The charge pipe was not easy to get out. As you can see, there's a lot of bends there. It's really tight under there. So what I did was I took the torque strut, dog bone, whatever you want to call it, trans mount, out, and then shifted the motor forwards while taking both the charge pipe and the downpipe out at the same time.
Sweet.
Because otherwise it kind of just hits everything.
Yep.
So yeah, I took all that out at the same time, and then you're able to get the rest of your heat shields out. Because there's
Many of them.
about 5 of those. Which I think, because we have a turbo blanket, I'm gonna see how it looks once I get it in there. I think we're probably gonna get rid of a couple of those.
Right.
But yeah, they bolt directly onto the hot side of the turbo, and they block all of the manifold bolts.
Sweet.
So get all those out, separate your turbo. Honestly, the way I did it, I separated it after I took it off the head. If you can, remember to separate it before you take it off the head. It'll just make your life easier, because it'll make the getting to these bolts here
Yep.
without the cold side on, a lot easier. On this side, a lot easier.
Okay.
So if you want, you can just separate the turbo as soon as you can, really, because that'll open up a lot of room. I didn't know if I was going to have to, so I kind of just wanted to see if you can get it out one piece. You probably could. Didn't look like fun. Didn't want to do it.
It was tight.
Yeah. So
It was tight.
and you end up, when you're trying to sneak a big thing like that out of places, like, the chances that you break something plastic, because there's a lot of plastic on newer cars just in general, is just way higher. So if you can make it easier to fit out,
Right.
it's just better. You know, you save yourself time in the long run. Now I can come in, I'll take all my crush washers off the hoses, make sure everything looks good in here. I left this, oh, another thing, I left this heat shield in here. I just unbolted it. This is the rear one here. It felt like you might have been able to snake it out of there, but I just didn't want to have to deal with it going back in. So what I did was I just unbolted it and moved it down,
Sweet.
which gave me a good amount of room to move back, and that was enough to get everything out. So
Awesome.
now we'll probably clean up a little bit and come back at it tomorrow.
Let's do it.
Yeah, man.
The next day.
This place.
All right, Dylan.
What's up?
Happy Tuesday.
Happy
We're back at it.
Taco Tuesday.
And it looks like you made some progress.
A little bit. We got...
You're able to sneak that new Bad Bunny in there, huh?
Yeah, so... Here's what I did. I separated it, like we were saying we were going to do.
Yep.
And the only issue that I ran into was when you go to assemble the turbo in the car, if you have the manifold portion of it already bolted up,
Yep.
it's hard for this to clear this toe loop here. So, or not toe loop, the lift loop for like pulling the motor or whatever.
Yep.
So it's just one 12 mil bolt. Took that loop off. This way it allowed me to put the cold side in with the hot side fully bolted on, because it's way easier to get to the bolts that hold the hot side to the head with the cold side off.
Okay.
So I fully bolted the hot side on,
Sweet.
then put our little, I put the turbo in loosely, put the loop back on, because you can see it's kind of tight there to get the loop back on afterwards, then put the cold side on, and carry on with your
And we're
hooking up
looking
all
good.
the lines and all that. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah.
So now is that a little bit bigger than the stock one? Or is it the same housing
The housing
size?
is the same.
Okay.
Yeah. So everything else, everything bolts right back up to it. Yeah, so it's all internal. It's just like a stock location, stock frame upgrade.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What's next?
Next is down pipe, then flex pipe, then tighten all the motor mounts, and then hook the exhaust up probably, just so that's all done. Then we'll probably do the intercooler piping and intercooler next, just because I already pulled the bumper off. You didn't have
Yep.
to pull the bumper off, just so you guys know, to do the turbo, obviously. You don't need to do that.
Right. We
I
got
have
a
it
new
off.
intercooler.
Right. I have it off because I'm going to be doing the intercooler later anyway, and I'm working in the front of the car, so if I'm going to be leaning on the car, might as well, if I'm going to have to pull the bumper off later, might as well pull it off now.
Right.
Avoid scratching it, cracking anything, whatever. Then I think we're doing a grill as well, so
Sweet.
yeah, bumper's off regardless. And it's actually super easy on this car. The bumper doesn't have any electrical connections at all going to it. No washer squirters, no lights, no nothing. So when you take your corner bolts off, just like anything else, pop everything off, comes right off. One person, you don't need anybody else. Super easy
You don't
in
need
that
to get
aspect.
Aggie fudge.
You don't need fudge to come out of the whatever you're doing over there. Been working on the same friggin' B58 for 3 years. Hit a pause!
Hit a pause! Oh, he did. Dylan, we're back.
We're back.
Looks like,
Front end's apart.
yeah, the front clip is movable.
Yeah, here, look. So the crash bar is very important on this. It's not like a Subaru where you can just delete it when you do an intercooler. Because,
And we got the AirTech intercooler going in.
yeah, so this is a nice one. It's like a, I don't know, some people call them like a stack, where they have the bottom core sits back further.
Yep.
And you have kind of like the top portion up here, so you got a lot of meat on it. Compared to that factory one.
Very small.
Yeah, it's just the bottom portion of the factory one, and also plastic end tanks. Nobody likes those.
Nope.
Really cool about this car, you can't see it now that it's in here, but this bottom portion is open all the way to the fan. So the fan is directly sitting behind the intercooler, and the front of the intercooler is direct to fresh air. So the efficiency of it should be pretty good.
Sweet.
Because a lot of cars, you just end up with an intercooler in front of the condenser, in front of the radiator, and you're really not getting just clean flow right through it. So this should work pretty well.
Cool. And I know last time we spoke, turbo's in.
Turbo's in.
Charge pipes are in.
Charge pipes not in. The exhaust is in.
Okay.
Charge pipes, once I get the intercooler in, we'll work on getting all that out. I got all the factory ones out. Yeah, we got really good, I don't know if it's
Nice
5 or
silicone?
6 liter. Yeah, it's really thick silicone. All the stuff to run your factory sensors and everything. Blow-off valve, flange on these, that's what it looks like. Kind of funky, so you're definitely going to need a Hyundai specific blow-off valve for this.
Okay.
Then yeah, they give you all the brackets to go with this. Everything should be pretty direct.
Sweet.
Just a matter of figuring out what coupler goes where and what pipe goes where.
And then lastly, spark plugs.
Yep, spark plugs, coils, and high pressure pump.
Cool.
The high pressure pump on this car, I believe, is a it's a assembled pump, so it's like just a whole different pump. It's not like the
So you have to
Audis and
swap
like
them.
like the Cadillac we just did.
Yep.
You have to take the internals out and change the plunger and stuff. On these, you just change the whole pump, which is nice. Yeah, it beats, because the other style you have to press out the plunger and change all the internals. But this should be super simple. It's right on top on these. That shouldn't take long at all.
Lunchtime.
Yeah, should be pretty good.
Cool.
Where's the table?
Look at this dude. He's crazy.
It's the one time he's ever gotten lunch.
He spent 3 hours.
3 hours getting.
Only work he's done all day.
And Nick's on Factor.
Look
like that.
Look at dude. He slimmed down.
Gabby and Omar took 3 hours to get.
Insane.
I didn't say.
One eternity later.
All right, Dylan. We're finally back on it.
We're back on it.
We have to do some custom work for that
Short
intercooler.
intermission. Yeah. Okay. So this I don't think we've explained yet, right?
Nope.
All right. So all of this was customer supplied stuff. Not that
Right.
it's his fault or anything, but just to start with that, the cold piping for the intercooler. This side, if you have a automatic transmission or a DCT, right? This side piping will fit perfectly fine.
Okay.
This side will not. So the difference is the manual transmission and the DCT, it's like this much of a difference between the grill and the actual trans itself, because you have a whole computer on this side and all that, and the valve body sticks out. So what you have to do to get this pipe, because this pipe comes up, probably can't really see, it comes up in this area right here, and it's really tight.
Super tight.
So what you have to do is that lower coupler, I have another 90 here, I'll show you guys. So you see how this coupler sticks out here?
Yep.
I essentially cut it back to about here so that the pipe sits forward more, and then this is allowed to flex back so that that pipe can clear everything.
Sweet.
If you try to just put it in and you have a DCT, it'll run straight. You won't. It's impossible to even get the coupler on.
Okay.
Like there's no room. So once you do that, it takes a little bit of finessing the pipe to get the angle correct, because there is a bend to it. But once you get it right, it's doable. I did have to mount the controller a little bit differently, but it wasn't a huge deal. So we got that done. So all of our piping's done, our intake's done.
Yep.
This he already had, but that's all reinstalled now. The only thing we have left to do now is reinstall the bumper. Before we do that, I'm going to install a grill that he got. So once I get that out, I'll grab you.
Cool.
Plugs, coil packs, and high pressure pump, which should be super quick, super easy, and he should be...
We're going to be getting ready for a cold start, I think, here shortly.
He's just about ready to go. Put coolant in it and fire it up.
It's going to sound
After
good.
we find out if Brett figured out what the plug gap is for this.
We'll be right back.
We'll be back tomorrow. And now, a word from our sponsor.
Today's sponsor. Today's sponsor is
Go ahead.
Kenny from BBS.
BBS Wheels.
Hooked it up.
Today's sponsor.
Yo!
Show 'em. Thanks, BBS Wheels. Nick can't even open it. Thanks, BBS Wheels.
Let's go, baby.
We got the front of the deck. Show them the back.
See that?
Limited to 100. Show them the back.
We got
Wow.
the Mark 8.
Wow.
We got the
G80.
G80, the Mercedes, and then the GT3.
Wait, that's actually fire.
It's disgusting.
Thanks, BBS.
Limited to 100 decks.
Thanks, BBS.
Resale is going crazy on this, but we keeping it.
Dylan?
Red coil, upgrade, pump, pump. It's good. Gold Star!
Guys, we're getting the Gold Star on the Veloster M. Let's hear it. Gold Star! Whoa! Sounds good. Sounds good.
Not bad for a Hyundai, huh?
Yeah, it's really nice actually. All right, we'll let it warm up. We'll get a few revs, and then
Let
it's time for our test drive.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
a question for you: do we have to tune this or anything with the upgraded turbo?
So it's on a JB4. The
Okay.
customer dropped it off with a map already in it, so we're good to go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, let's let it warm up. We'll get some revs.
That's it.
All right, Dylan, we got
Eco?
2 options.
Should we go eco?
Yeah, we'll start in eco mode and give it a rev, and then we'll go to sport mode and give it a rev. Start in eco. Put it in sport mode. Sounds good.
Does sound
Loud.
good. Yeah.
We are in the Veloster N with the upgraded turbo.
Give her a little shakedown to start.
Yep. It sounds good.
It does sound really good.
Back seat's gutted.
Yeah, we don't need that where we're going.
Feels pretty good.
Not bad.
Well, we'll do a little test drive, do some flybys, and let you guys hear this thing. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
How's
it does
it
have
feel?
a launch.
It does?
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's called Grin Shift. If you go to
Let's check it out.
see if I can figure it out.
It sounds good, honestly. So this has a full, it's
Yeah, full it's a full exhaust.
Full exhaust
High flow
on it.
cat.
Yeah.
Conditions not met.
Oh, you have to wait a certain amount of time.
Probably, yeah. Okay, one's enough.
Feels good.
Yeah.
It's cool. It's something we've never done at the shop, so.
Yeah, it's definitely I'm definitely new to these, but
It sounds good from the outside.
Yeah, they're definitely growing in popularity, so definitely cool to get into something.
Yeah. Well, on the next one.
On to the next.